I got news for you. Money is not wealth. Money is a tool. A hammer is not a house. A pen is not a book. A scalpel is not a surgeon. And I want you to write this down, because some of you have been worshiping the hammer and ignoring the blueprint. Wealth is not your salary, not your bank account, not your car, not your job title. Those are receipts, not riches. Those are reports of yesterday's transactions, not revelations of tomorrow's potential. You can lose cash and still be wealthy, and you can hold cash and still be bankrupt on the inside. Please write this down. Wealth is not what you have in your hand. It is what you have in your head, your heart, and your assignment. If your mind is empty of ideas, your heart is empty of conviction, and your life is empty of purpose, you can have 6 figures and be impoverished. But if your mind is pregnant with solutions, your heart is anchored in truth, and your assignment is clear as the morning sun, you can start wealthy tonight, and the numbers will catch up. The scripture says in Luke 12:15, a man's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. Jesus is correcting accountants of the soul. Your life is not your ledger. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, it is he who gives you power to get wealth. Not money to get wealth, power to get it. Capacity, creativity, calling. Please say it with me. I've been given power. Now write down the translation. The power is your idea engine, your problem-solving muscle, your character bank, your trust account with people. The wealthiest spot on this planet is not the oil fields of the Middle East. It is not the diamond mines of South Africa. It is not the gold fields of South America. The wealthiest spot is the cemetery not too far from your house. That silent city holds ideas never launched, solutions never built, books never written, songs never sung, inventions never patented, businesses never started, medicines never tested, programs never taught, blueprints never inked. I want you to write this down. If you die with your gift still in you, you donate it to the wealth of the cemetery. Look at me. Do not make that donation. Touch your own chest and say, I refuse to add my dream to that graveyard. 2 Corinthians 4:7 says, we have this treasure in earthen vessels, which means there is treasure in your clay, gold in your dirt, wealth in your ordinary. Give yourself a hand if you believe treasure is in you. My greatest dream and wish for you tonight is that you begin wealthy before any wire hits your account, before any investor calls you back, before any promotion appears on your desk, because wealth begins the moment you accept your assignment and release value. Proverbs 18:16 declares, a man's gift makes room for him, not his wallet, his gift. So here is the promise and the challenge. Stop chasing cash and start producing value. Stop counting dollars and start counting problems solved, people served, and promises kept. Are there eagles in this room? Then rise in your identity now. Money is a byproduct. It is a servant that looks for value to attend. From this moment, the wealth you carry will dictate the money you attract. Tonight we shift head, heart, assignment, because when you carry wealth within, resources will begin to find their way to you. Now that we have discovered treasure in your clay, I need to correct something that has been sabotaging your destiny and keeping you circling the plaza like pigeons. Stop praying for money. Heaven funds purpose, not panic. I got news for you. The Creator is not a bailout agency for confusion. He does not finance anxiety. He funds assignment. Write this down. Money is attracted to purpose. It is repelled by panic. Jesus said in Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Added means attracted, not chased, magnetized, not begged. Some of you have been treating prayer like an escape hatch. Lord, send the money while your vision is still blurry, your problem undefined, your product unformed, and your audience unknown. That is why fear keeps shrinking your thinking to the next bill and the next Friday. I want you to write this down. Panic produces short-term survival. Purpose produces long-term supply. James 1:5 does not say, if any of you lack money, ask of God. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. Wisdom births ideas. Ideas become solutions. Solutions create value. Value attracts money. Everybody say, money is not my master. Purpose is my assignment. Let me give you heavenly logic. Provision follows precision. When your assignment is clear, resources recognize your address. 2 Kings 4 tells a story of a widow drowning in debt. She didn't get a sack of coins from the sky. She received a strategy from a prophet. Go, borrow vessels, pour out, product, distribution, sales. Then she paid her debts and lived on the rest. Stop praying for money solve a problem and money will look for you. Pray for clarity, plan for execution, move with obedience. Philippians 4:19 says, my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Need attached to purpose, not indulgence attached to panic. You can use prayer to avoid responsibility or to receive responsibility. One keeps you poor in thought, the other makes you rich in direction. You can use prayer to rehearse your fear or to receive a blueprint. Choose. Tell your neighbor, I will not use prayer to escape work. I will use prayer to design my work. Eagles don't beg for crumbs. They locate thermals, spread their wings, and ride design. Heaven doesn't throw crumbs into nests. Heaven sends wind to wings. Write this down. Clarity magnetizes currency. Confusion repels it. So here is your correction and your comfort. Stop bringing God a panic list. Bring him a project plan. Ask for wisdom, courage, discipline, and partners. Then serve one real need with one real solution and watch what follows you. Say it with me. Money is not my master. Purpose is my assignment. And from tonight, money will be a byproduct of problem solved, not a God. I beg in fear. Now that your prayer has been corrected and your purpose is awakening, I must deal with your identity. Because if you keep thinking like a pigeon, you will keep living beneath your design. I got news for you. Pigeons live on crumbs, crowds, and noise. They gather in plazas, peck at whatever falls, fight over little and call it survival, and then brag about the scrap they snatch from another beak. That's not prosperity. That's panic with feathers on. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top. Stop living on what falls. Write this down. If you think like a pigeon, you will always be looking down. Eagles think in altitude. Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your thinking is your altitude. Pigeons measure their day by what drop. Eagles measure their day by what they built. Pigeons wait for permission from the crowd. Eagles wait for the wind. Pigeons are loud when they are many. Eagles are silent when they are sure. Some of you have been trapped in what I call the crumb economy, paycheck to paycheck thinking, discount chasing living, endless attention scrolling, envy and comparison until your soul is exhausted. You wait for $2 off to feel blessed. You refresh for likes to feel valuable. You watch other people's tables and then fight for their leftovers in your mind. That is a prison with the door open. Deuteronomy 28:13 declares, the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not beneath. But pigeon thinking drags a royal head into the dust. Look at your neighbor and tell him, I'm coming up. Poverty is a mindset before it is a bank balance. Please write this down. The poor in identity need approval like oxygen, fear standing alone like death, and are addicted to immediate reward like sugar. That is why you keep taking small, sweet gratifications instead of planting long, strong seeds. Pigeons must hear clapping to move. Eagles move when conviction whispers. Colossians 3:2 says, set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. Above thinking breaks below living. Either you train your appetite for altitude, or your appetite will train you to circle the crumbs forever. Now hear the confrontation and the hope. If you keep chasing crumbs, you will never build a table. Eagles create value. They don't compete for leftovers. Say it with me. I build tables. When you rise to design solutions, you stop begging to be seated at theirs. When you embrace solitude for strategy, you stop performing for a feed. When you decide to serve a real problem, you stop scrolling for permission. Psalm 1 says, the blessed person does not sit in the seat of the scornful. Pigeons sit, scoff, and peck. Eagles plant, ponder, and produce. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top. Stop living on what falls. Lift your head, clean your lenses, and fix your focus. Heaven is not sending crumbs to your plaza. Heaven is sending thermals to your wings. From tonight, you will refuse the noise of the crowd for the voice of your calling. You will reject the bait of quick applause for the bond of long obedience. Stand tall in your spirit and declare, I will not peck, I will build. I will not compare, I will create. I will not chase crumbs, I will set the table. Now that you have decided to stop pecking and start building, I must give you the foundation that keeps your table standing in every season. Write this down. Wealth is transferable value. What you can repeatedly produce that improves life for others. Not a one-off trick, not a viral accident, but consistent contribution that makes someone else's world work better. Cash is the applause after the performance. Value is the music. Say this with me. My wealth is in my value. My value is in my service. I'm going to give you 4 real currencies. Please number them. And don't trust your memory. Trust your pen. Number 1, value solutions that work. Value is a problem solved so well that people breathe easier. When you stop asking, how do I get paid? And you start asking, how do I remove pain? You are minting value. Proverbs 11:25 says, he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. Refreshing others is the vault. The refreshment you receive is the withdrawal. Number 2, ideas, blueprints that scale. Ideas are thoughts organized into systems that can be taught, packaged, and repeated. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain, because unwritten ideas cannot travel, they cannot hire, they cannot multiply. Your idea is a factory in seed form. Number 3, influence, the ability to move people. Influence is not manipulation. It is leadership credibility that aligns minds, gathers momentum, and mobilizes action. Luke 2:52 says, Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and men. Favor is influence. It opens rooms your feet haven't entered yet. Number 4, trust credibility that keeps doors open. Trust is the currency that spans in every country, every industry, every season. Proverbs 22:1 declares, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. Why? Because a good name will keep producing invitations long after your last invoice. Luke 16:10 reinforces it. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Faithfulness is the mint that prints trust. I got news for you. Cash follows these. Money is a certificate of value delivered, not a miracle token. If you circulate value, ideas, influence, and trust, money has to report to your address. A student with a skill, perhaps you edit videos, tutor math, design presentations. If your work removes confusion and delivers excellence on time, you are wealthy right now in value and trust, and cash will look for you. A parent with an idea, turn your chore system into a visual board, your quick meals into a weekly plan, your bedtime routine into a 2-page guide. Package it, teach it, sell it. Your household wisdom is an idea that can scale to households you've never met. A worker with integrity, show up early, document processes, reduce errors, make your leaders' decisions easier. Your consistency is trust on deposit and influence in training. Promotions and partnerships chase people who are predictable in excellence. A leader with influence, if you can rally volunteers, convene partners, and aim a team at a clear outcome, you are wealthy in the rarest currency of all. Aligned humans moving in sync, and capital follows the current of movement. Say it again until it sinks from your lips to your bones. My wealth is in my value. My value is in my service. Stop counting followers and start counting people served. Stop asking for a raise and start raising results. When you package your ideas, steward your influence, and protect your name with ruthless integrity, you will discover that money is not a master to beg, but a messenger that comes bearing receipts of problems solved. You are already carrying wealth. Now circulate it. Now let me take you deeper than motivation into manufacturing how you were made. I got news for you. The Creator never births a human without an assignment. You are not an accident wandering the earth. You are an answer sent to it. Jeremiah 1-5 thunders, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. That means he pre-approved you before you had a resume. Ephesians 2:10 seals it. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. Prepared beforehand means the blueprint existed before the bricks of your body were laid. Please write this down. Your purpose is proof of your provision. Design comes with supply. Some of you keep asking, will God provide? And heaven is asking back, will you obey your design? When the Creator sends, he supplies. 2 Corinthians 9-8 declares, God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may abound to every good work. Not every whim, every good work. The grace follows the work you were born to do. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top and shout, I am sent as an answer. Let me diagnose your frustration. Some of you are angry at your job, irritated by meetings, bored by tasks that shrink your soul. Your chair feels like needles, your inbox like nettles. Those are thorns. That's not punishment, that's a message. When an eaglet grows too big for the soft nest, Mama Eagle removes the feathers and exposes the thorns so the young one cannot settle. Hear me, the thorns in your job are saying, fly now, you are too big for that nest. Don't curse the prick, read the signal. Your discomfort is your design tapping you on the shoulder. Write this down. Your gifts are evidence of your responsibility. What you do naturally is what you were designed to contribute deliberately. Romans 12:6 says, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, let us use them. 1 Peter 4:10 adds, as each one has received a gift, minister it to one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. Steward means manage on purpose what you've been given by design. If encouragement flows out of you, you are responsible for environments where people rise. If systems appear in your mind while others drown in chaos, you are responsible for order. If you cannot walk past a broken process without fixing it, responsibility just introduced itself. I want you to write down 3 problems that make you angry. Your anger is often pointing at your assignment. Holy anger is the compass of calling. Moses was angry at oppression. Nehemiah was angry at broken walls. Jesus overturned tables at exploitation. What inflames you without permission? What pain, when you see it, makes you say, not on my watch? Your irritation is an invitation to innovate. And now, dignity. Wealth begins when you stop measuring yourself by wages and start measuring yourself by contribution. Wages are what they pay you for time. Wealth is what the world pays you for results. Eagles don't clock in value. They release value. Say it with me. I will not price my life by hours. I will measure my life by impact. When you align with your design, the wind of Isaiah 40:31 finds your wings. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Wait there does not mean sit idle. It means braid yourself into his purpose until supply finds you in motion. Your purpose is proof of your provision. Design comes with supply. Now stand up on the inside and decide to fly. Now that your design has started tapping you on the shoulder, I must show you the runway where eagles actually live. Problem solving is the new prayer. Write this down. What irritates you? What burdens you? What you survive? These are not accidents. These are raw materials for solutions. 2 Corinthians 1:4 says, he comforts us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort those who are in any trouble. Your comfort becomes a product. Your testimony becomes a template. Your scars become a system. I got news for you. Storms don't just make you strong. They give you stock. Eagles ride the very winds that tried to break them, and that wind becomes altitude. Here is the bridge from pain to profit, from problem to value. I want you to write it down in order so you can walk it in order. Identify a problem. Study it until you can explain it better than the sufferers. Prototype a solution with what you already have. Serve real people with it. Earn trust by delivering consistently. Let money follow you, not lead you. That's the bridge. Proverbs 24:6 says, by wise guidance you can wage your war, and in abundance of counselors there is victory. Guidance, not guessing. Study, not scrolling. Prototype, not procrastinate. Say it with me. I build a bridge. Break this myth tonight. You don't need capital first. You need clarity first. Exodus 42, the Lord asked Moses, what is that in your hand? Not what is in the bank, what is in your hand? Skill, phone, knowledge, network, time. That phone is a production studio. That knowledge is a workshop. That network is distribution. That time is seed. 5 loaves and 2 fish fed thousands because clarity organized scarcity into strategy. When you are clear, small becomes multiplied. Let me make it practical. You beat anxiety with a morning routine, package it into a 7-day calm start challenge, and guide 10 people through on a group call. Your pain just became a product. You lost weight by mastering 3 recipes and a walking plan host. A Saturday pop-up in your neighborhood. Charge a small fee. Give them a printable plan. Collect testimonials. Your burden just became value. You're the one at work who fixed the onboarding chaos. Turn your steps into a simple checklist and a 2 0-minute training video. Your irritation just became influence and trust. James 1-2-4 says to count it all joy when you face trials, because they produce patience and completeness. Translate that completeness into a tool that completes others. Exercise time. Take your pen, take your phone, and write down one problem you can solve this month. Don't overthink, obey. Now write the first step you can take in the next 24 hours. A call to make, a page to outline, a person to serve, a prototype to test. Psalm 90-12 pleads, teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Life is short. Don't postpone your contribution, waiting on a perfect bank balance. Move with what you have. Heaven multiplies motion. Say it out loud. The fastest way to attract money is to become an answer to a real problem. From tonight, let your pain speak. Let your studies sharpen. Let your prototype fly. Serve people well. Guard your name and watch as money, like a respectful servant, comes looking for the table you built. I'm going to give you a list of 7 principles. Please write them down, because wealth grows when you live by principles, not emotions. Eagles rise by design, not by drama. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top and take notes, like your grandchildren will read them, because they will. Principle 1, altitude thinking. Write this down. Stop thinking daily. Think generational. Pigeons think about lunch. Eagles think about legacy. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Proverbs 13:22. So measure your choices by their impact on people you may never meet. When you think in decades, your emotions calm, your planning lengthens, your decisions mature, and money loses the power to panic you. Principle 2, vision creates provision. Confusion is expensive, clarity is magnetic. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29-18. And where there is clear vision, resources recognize their assignment. Define the outcome. Describe the customer. Detail the deliverable, and deadlines will discipline your days. Say it with me. Money responds to clarity. Principle 3, fresh food only. Eagles do not eat dead meat. They hunt what is alive. Guard your inputs. No gossip, no complaint diets, no fear feeds before bed. Philippians 4-8 commands your menu, whatever is true, noble, just, pure, lovely, of good report. Think on these things. Your mind is the kitchen of your future. Do not serve your destiny spoiled content. Principle 4, test before trust. Eagles always test before they trust. They do not hand their young to strangers or their nest to pigeons. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, test all things, hold fast what is good. Build partnerships through time, evidence, and small assignments. Prototype the person before you promote the person. Amos 3:3 asks, can 2 walk together unless they agree? Agreement must be proven, not assumed. Principle 5, storm advantage. Eagles love storms because storms create lift. What grounds the pigeons gives eagles altitude. Count it all joy when you face trials. James 1:2-4, because pressure can become power if you fly it right. Use deadlines, criticism, and constraints as thermals. Either they push you into depression or they push you into design. Choose altitude. Principle 6, training through discomfort. The nest gets thorny on purpose. Discipline is design's guardrail, not punishment's prison. Hebrews 12:11 says, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but later it yields peaceable fruit. Schedule your study, rehearse your delivery, track your metrics, practice until excellence becomes predictable. Consistency is the wheel that turns ideas into income. Principle 7, fly alone when necessary. Eagles fly alone. They do not require applause to obey their assignment. Galatians 1:10 confronts the addiction to approval. Are you seeking the approval of man or of God? Solitude is not a sentence. It is a signal you are ascending. If you need a crowd to believe, you will never climb above the crowd you need. Write this confession on your heart. I choose principle over panic, design over drama, altitude over appetite. For the next 30 days, build with these 7 as your flight plan, because when you live like an eagle, thinking in legacy, seeing with clarity, feeding on truth, testing for trust, riding the storm, training through thorns, and flying alone if you must. Money will not be your master. It will be your messenger announcing value has been delivered here. Now that you have a flight plan and principles under your wings, don't be surprised when the nest starts changing shape. I got news for you. The softness was a season, not a strategy. Write this down. Comfort is temporary. Calling is permanent. The Creator baked a training system into your life, and He illustrated it with His own hands. Deuteronomy 32:11 says, as an eagle stirs up its nest, hovers over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, carrying them on its wings, so the Lord alone led him. The stirring is love disguised as discomfort. Here is the picture. Mama eagle builds the nest on a cliff with sticks, and listen carefully, thorns. Then she lines it with wool, feathers, soft grass. The eaglets grow, they stretch, they eat what is delivered to the address of their mouth. But when she knows their wings are ready before they think they are, she does not schedule a committee meeting to ask their opinion. She removes the softness, the thorns come through. She stirs the nest, she flutters, she pushes with her beak. The babies protest. What is happening? What is happening is graduation. The thorn is not a punishment, it is a push. She may even drop food just outside the rim of the nest so that hunger and pain create curiosity. Then she does the unthinkable. She nudges them over the edge. They fall. And when panic rises, she dives beneath, catches them on her wing, lifts them again, and repeats until instinct becomes instruction and fear converts to flight. Please hear me. Some of you are in the stir right now. Layoffs, betrayal, stagnation that tastes like dust, boredom that won't let you sleep, restlessness sitting on your chest at 3 a.m. Those are thorns. You are too big for that old softness. Tell your neighbor, the thorn is not to kill me, the thorn is to move me. Either you use the thorn for depression or for altitude. Choose. Either you complain about the pricks or you spread your wings. James 1:2-4 already trained your mind to count it joy, because trials produce capacity. Romans 8:28 insists that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to His purpose. The thorn is a collaborator, not an executioner. Write this down. If you never leave the nest, you never hunt. If you never hunt, you never produce value. And if you never produce value, money has no legal reason to look for you. In the nest you consume. In the sky you create. In the nest you wait for delivery. In the sky you design delivery. Wealth begins when you stop asking for softer feathers and start asking for stronger feathers, skills, systems, schedules. Stop rebuking what God is using. Psalm 23 says, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Notice rod and staff, not pillows and quilts. His comfort is training. His love is instruction. His goodness is guidance that gets you off the ledge and into your lane. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top and answer the thorn correctly. Say it loud. I will use this discomfort as proof I am ready. I will not medicate the pain that was meant to mobilize me. I will stretch. I will study. I will ship my solution. Discomfort is the creative signal. It's time to fly. And as you rise, value will flow from you. And money, like a respectful messenger, will circle until it finds you in motion. Spread your wings. The wind is waiting. Now that the thorns have pushed you over the edge and you have felt the wind under your wings, I must confront the next lie that keeps championing small paycheck identity. Write this down. A job is a training ground, a channel, a temporary nest, but it is a terrible life definition. You are not your title, you are your assignment. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top and hear me pigeons clock in, eagles clock impact. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord, which means you bring excellence to your job, but you do not shrink your name to your badge. Your employer is not your source, the creator is. Your paycheck is a receipt for time. Your purpose is a receipt for transformation. I got news for you. True wealth is not what comes when you show up. True wealth is what keeps producing when you are no longer present. Proverbs 13:22 says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That's not only money, that's machinery of value assets that outlive your breath. Please write this down. Build containers that carry your contribution beyond your presence. What are those containers? Skills sharpened until they sing under pressure. Intellectual property, your framework, your method, your recipe, your playbook, written, owned, and ready to travel. Systems, checklists, automation, standard operating procedures that deliver excellence without babysitting. Relationships, mutual value bridges that can carry weight. Reputation, a good name that opens doors when you are asleep. Proverbs 22:1. Community trust proof that you keep your word over time. These are wealth vaults. Money merely fills what value is already built. Let me give you the ladder. Write it down in order and climb it on purpose. Learn a skill. Document it. Turn instinct into instruction. Package it. Create a tool, a guide, a template, a training. Teach it. Serve 10 people and collect transformation. Build a system. Make it run without you standing over it. Mentor others. Transfer stewardship. Multiply. Impact. License it. Franchise it. Digitize it. Organize it until geography cannot cage it. 2 Timothy 2:2 is your blueprint. Entrust a faithful man who will be able to teach others also. 4 generations in one verse. This is legacy architecture. Matthew 25 shouts, the same talents multiplied. Well done, not well said. Now, activation. I want you to write this question in your notes and in your spirit. What can I build that still works when I'm asleep? Say it again, because this is your wealth test. Maybe it's your onboarding checklist turned into a downloadable kit. Maybe it's your conflict resolution method recorded as a 5-lesson micro course. Maybe it's your youth mentorship playbook given to 5 volunteers and measured by outcomes. Maybe it's your grandmother's recipes turned into a weekend meal prep guide with a shopping list that saves families 2 hours and $50 a week. If it saves time, reduces pain, or increases accuracy without your presence, it is an asset. Hear the urgency. Our goal is not to retire. Our goal is to complete the assignment and die empty. John 9:4 says, I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. The cemetery is still the wealthiest place on earth. Make a decision that your ideas, your systems, your wisdom will not be buried there. Say it with me. I trade paycheck identity for purpose identity. I build assets that outlive me. From tonight, you will labor heartily where you are, but you will also build what can bless when you are gone. True wealth is what keeps producing value when you are no longer present. Now, go design something that keeps breathing after you've left the room. Now, follow me quietly in your spirit to the gate with the stone walls and the iron letters, because I must take you on the most important audit of your life. I got news for you. The wealthiest spot on this planet is not the diamond mines of South Africa, not the oil fields of the Middle East, not the banks of Zurich. It is the cemetery not too far from your house, where polished stones sit over silent vaults of unfinished visions. Under those manicured lawns are books with perfect outlines that never became chapters, songs with choruses that never found a voice, prototypes waiting for a brave first version, schools that were supposed to open but died as committee notes, solutions that could have stopped someone's bleeding but were buried beneath nice funerals and kind eulogies. The tragedy is not dying without money, it is dying without releasing what was placed inside you. I want you to write down these questions and let them interrogate you. What idea did you delay because you were waiting on a budget instead of building a blueprint? What book did you postpone because you were editing a paragraph no one can read if you never publish? What solution did you keep private while your community kept hurting in public? Who suffers when you stay small? Which child goes unmentored when you silence your story? Which team remains confused because you will not document your method? Whose marriage limps because you hid the forgiveness framework that healed yours? If you add your dream to the cemetery's inventory, who pays the tax? Let me expose the thieves by name. Fear of failure, pigeon number 1, pecking at your destiny with what ifs. Fear of success, pigeon number 2, whispering, what if it works? And they expect more. Fear of criticism, pigeon number 3, tapping at the window of your identity, they will talk. Fear of being alone, pigeon number 4, if you rise, you will lose friends. Eagles, listen to me. Pigeons peck at crumbs on the sidewalk. Eagles do not come down for commentary. Say it with me. I will not die with my gift still in me. Write this down. You don't need money to start. You need decision, discipline, and direction. Decision is the cutting off of alternatives. Discipline is the calendar of obedience. Direction is one problem clearly defined, served immediately. Ecclesiastes 11:4 warns, he who observes the wind will not sow. And some of you have been studying forecasts while your field lies empty. James 4:14 reminds you, your life is a vapor you do not have forever. Ecclesiastes 9:10 commands, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might, which means start where your feet are with what your hand already holds. Luke 12:48 says, to whom much is given, much will be required. And Romans 14:12 declares that each of us will give an account, an audit, not of your fears, but of your fruit. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top and answer, now, not later. Whisper it, then shout it, then write it in ink. I will not add my dream to the wealth of the cemetery. I will empty what God loaded. I choose decision today. Discipline tomorrow morning, direction this very hour. And when my day arrives to lie beneath a stone, may I say with Paul, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. 2 Timothy 4:7. Die empty, start now. Money will look for the one who refused to be buried full. Now I'm going to put wings on your resolve with a 3-0-day plan. Write this down and obey it like your legacy depends on it, because it does. Wealth begins the day you commit to serving one real need with one real solution. Say it with me. One problem, one prototype, one person served. Are there eagles in this room? Then join me at the top and commit your next 30 days to impact. Week 1 is clarity. Choose one problem, not 10. Define exactly who has it. Write a 1-sentence promise of outcome. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain, that he may run who reads it. Make it so plain a 12-year-old could repeat it. Use this template and fill in the blanks tonight. I help specific person go from current pain to desired result in time frame by method. No poetry, just precision. Interview 3 people who carry that pain. Listen more than you speak. Capture their language, because the customer's words become your copy. Write this down. Confusion is expensive. Clarity is magnetic. Week 2 is competence. Study, practice, and sharpen until your solution stops being a guess and becomes a groove. Shut off dead meat, no gossip, no doom scroll. no fear feeds. Replace them with live food books, case studies, master classes, mentors. 2 Timothy 2:15 commands, study to show yourself approved. And Proverbs 22:29 asks, do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand before kings. Schedule 90 minutes daily of focused learning plus 60 minutes of practice. Build a micro curriculum. 3 chapters, 2 tutorials, 1 mock run each day. Track it. Excellence is not an accident. It is an appointment kept repeatedly. Week 3 is prototype. Create the simplest, useful version guide, checklist, workflow, mini service tool. Not perfect, proven. Not pretty, productive. James 1:22 says, be doers of the word, so do it. Offer it to one real person who fits your definition. Walk them through it. Ask, where did this help most? Where did it snag? Note friction points. Refine. Keep the loop tight. Deliver, observe, adjust, deliver again. Remember, pigeons seek applause. Eagles seek accuracy. Week 4 is trust and testimony. Deliver measurable results, then capture evidence. Ask for a written or video testimonial that names the pain, the process, and the outcome. Matthew 7:20 declares, by their fruits you will know them. Fruit is your marketing. Ask for one referral. Who else needs this? Gather numbers, time saved, errors reduced, peace increased, facts are influenced. Start charging a small fee if value was delivered. Price is not greed, it is stewardship. Luke 16:10 promises, he who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Be faithful with one. Set your expectation now. Money is a byproduct. Your first goal is value delivered and trust earned. Say it again until it rewires your reflexes. One problem, one prototype, one person. For 30 days. No detours, no pigeons, no panic, just purpose. Rise early. Write the promise. Feed on live food. Build the prototype. Serve one soul. Collect the fruit. By the end of this month, you will not only have momentum, you will have proof. And when proof lands, influence grows, trust compounds, and money, like a respectful servant, will start looking for the address called your name. Now, lift your head and hear me. This is the moment where knowledge becomes flight. Write this down. Wealth is purpose expressed, value delivered, influence stewarded, and trust protected. And I got news for you. Money follows all of that like a respectful servant looking for your address. You don't need to beg for money when you were born to produce value. Stop asking crumbs to validate your wings. Are there eagles in this room? Then I want you to join me at the top and say it like a verdict over your life. I am not chasing money. I am releasing value. I am not seeking permission. I am serving purpose. Let me gather the whole journey in one breath so your spirit can carry it. Wealth is not what is in your hand. It is what is in your head, your heart, and your assignment. Money is attracted to purpose. It is repelled by panic. Eagles don't chase crumbs. They design tables. Your real currencies are value, ideas, influence, and trust. You were born as an answer, not an accident. Problems are invitations to innovate. Principles lift you beyond moods. Thorns are signals, not sentences. Assets are the voice of your value when you are not in the room. The cemetery must not invoice your destiny. And your 30-day plan is the runway. One problem, one prototype, one person now fly. Public commitment time. Say it out loud so your ears can disciple your doubt. Today I decide to fly in my purpose. Write it down right now. Put the date and the hour. Text one person before you sleep and tell them what you will deliver in the next 7 days. Take the first action in the next 60 minutes. Send the message, build the outline, book the call, ship the draft. Heaven funds purpose, not panic. Obedience is the currency of acceleration. Isaiah declared, and we stand in it, that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Waiting is not wasting. Waiting is aligning. Mounting up is not desperation. It is devotion to design. Say this with me 3 times until your bones believe it. I fly now. I fly now. I fly now. From this day, feed on live food. Guard your name like a vault. Deliver value like a promise. And let money do what money does. Follow value. Follow trust. Follow proof. Live so that when you leave, the cemetery does not get richer because you withheld your gift. My greatest dream and wish for you is that you will go to the cemetery completely empty, books written, systems built, people served, problems solved, wisdom transferred, legacy alive, eagles. Join me at the top and let the world look up, not to your bank account first, but to your obedience, your excellence, your integrity. You are wealthy the moment you decide to fly in your purpose. Now spread your wings, climb the wind, and let money catch up to your value.